So you're going back into the school, new year, new students, new routines. But before the lesson plans and bulletin boards, can I remind you of something? Strong schools don't always start with a building. Sometimes they start with a conviction. I was watching the Ron Clark story recently. Yes, the Ron Clark. Energetic, passionate, bold. But this time, what struck me wasn't just his energy. It was what he saw, and what he chose to do about it. He saw students labeled as difficult, losing their spark. He saw educators burning out in systems that moved slowly, and instead of waiting for someone else to fix it, he packed up, moved to Harlem, and built something out of passion, not privilege. That made me pause, because how many times have we seen something, felt that tug in our spirit, and pushed it aside? I don't have time. I'm not ready. Who am I to do this? But what if Ron Clark had said the same thing? Remember that scene in the movie? He assigned a journal on Dr. King, and not one student did it. One student even convinced the class to run him out, and they cheered when he walked out. How many of us have felt that? Doing our best to connect, to teach, to inspire, and still hitting a wall? What if Ron had given up in that moment? But he didn't. He came back, with consistency, with belief, with high expectations. And the same students who pushed him away became the ones who clung to him the most. That's vision. Not because it starts big, but because it keeps going when quitting would be easier. Stop wishing for perfect conditions. Stop saying, if only I had more support, more time, more resources. Start with what's right in front of you, because your presence is already powerful. Notice the students others might overlook. The quiet one. The one who's late. The one who tests every boundary. Notice not just the gaps, but the gifts. Act, even if it's small. One kind word, one consistent routine, one student you choose to believe in, again and again. You don't need everything, just the courage to start with what you have. Because sometimes the most powerful teaching doesn't begin with a strategy. It begins when you see a student clearly and choose to stay. Plan with purpose. Take the next faithful step. You don't need a title to be a visionary. You don't have to be Ron Clark to make an impact. But you do have a classroom. And that might be the starting place for something extraordinary. What dream have you been sitting on? Maybe it's time to stop waiting and slide into it. Because your students are watching. They don't just learn from what you teach. They learn from how you lead, how you rise, and how you believe in what's possible. Visit me at www.snapwithfaith.com for more encouragement, strategy, and heart-led resources to help you lead boldly this year. Tag a teacher who needs this reminder today, so what are you waiting for? Snap into it.